Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us. Hi, Hotties. Welcome to Hot Women Wanted podcast. If you are new to the pod, we are truly three lifelong best friends forever and ever and ever. We've been through it all, and we talk about it all on this podcast. And today with me is Julie Cola. And Julie Strauss Greeley is not here with us today, but we have our fellow hottie who this is her second time with us, Julia. Yay.
Hi, Julia.
Hi, honored to be back. A pleasure and a privilege as always.
And we always start with taking a temperature check. So I have one. Well, actually, I'm really the only one here today who's in menopause. So here we are.
Well, I'm in perimenopause, but go ahead. What was it?
Just the old one. We're going to do our temperature check. So, Julia, I mean, you are very, very pre-menopause, and Cola, you are perimenopause. So how are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good, but I want to hear how you're feeling from last night.
From last night?
Did you have a bad night? What's your temperature check?
Oh, my temperature check. I felt great. No, I had a great night. I'm doing great.
By the way, how's the HRT?
HRT is good. Really good. Everything's good. I'm feeling really good. I mean, in weighted vest, I've been using my weighted vest. I'm feeling good about it.
Oh, good. Are you? Because I read the whole thing about it that you're supposed to do it in doses. Like you're not supposed to, but you're a pro.
Well, I do it like once or twice a week. I don't do it every day.
No, but they said when you first start, you're not supposed to like do long things. You're supposed to like break yourself in.
Oh no, I went all
all or nothing.
Exactly.
What I will tell you, ladies, hotties, that I did have a little bit of a hot night because I stayed up late watching Love Island, which I know no one has dipped into. I know Julia has not dipped in yet. Mary, you're half your foot is dipped in. I'm fully dipped in.
Yeah.
And I know because you don't know who anybody is, but last night was a very big episode. It was a big couple, Hada and Jeremiah, and they're like the ones that are like very much, they're not coupled, but they're very much all together. And she's the one who's the mom who she always says to everybody, I'm a mommy. Like, and she's, even though we have, she's extremely annoying. Yeah. And they are coupled up. And America had a vote last night and they uncoupled them. And she was shocked.
She was
shocked. She was sobbing. It was very dramatic.
Oh my God.
And then Paige DeSerbo was also in that episode. Barely in it though.
Quick question. As a non-Love Island viewer, which I aspire, it's such a commitment and I'm scared to dive in. Yeah. But as a non-viewer, how many episodes, aka days, are we into this show?
They film it every day. Oh, okay, I don't know. You know what? I think this is episode 12, but it goes to like 40.
We're sobbing and we've been there for 12 days?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, sick. Great.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
And when she was talking about moving in together, exactly.
It really does. It's
moving in together.
It does remind me of the Survivor letters. I'm always like, when they get the letters, I'm like, you've been gone for about 20 days, not even 3 weeks, and you're crying over the letter. I don't know. Is it just me? But I don't get the Survivor letters.
I think Survivor's a little different. They're starving. I mean, here they're in a villa in like Fiji. You know what I mean? It's hardly wearing glamorous outfits and makeup. In Survivor, they've barely eaten. They've eaten like, half a piece of like raw fish and like, 3 grains of rice. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of like sleep deprivation. You're starving. You're not it's a little bit of a different situation, I think.
I agree with that. I will say the thing that I think is crazy is on the Traitors when they're sobbing over someone getting sent home and they've known them for literally 48 hours. That's my favorite. Where it's like, we're going to miss you so much. It's not the same without you. And it's like, you met a day and a half ago.
Exactly.
And also at Traitors, they're like literally in a hotel. I'm like, so yeah. they're just going to go to the hotel downstairs.
Literally, they can stay.
You're not really at a castle.
See them. They're just down the road.
In your same hotel.
Literally.
Survivor, I think it's a little different because you were completely isolated and they're sleep deprived and they're not barely eating. So I think it's more of like a mind fuck. That's what I think.
Yeah. Totally.
But so Paige was on it last night and then I noticed she was wearing an outfit I'd seen before. And then people online noticed she was wearing an outfit everyone had seen before. It was like this like suede cutout outfit that she wore like on the after show
for sustainability.
What?
Sustainable queen.
She's a sustainable queen. She is. Except I think it's really hot in Fiji and wearing the suede and it was kind of like a turtleneck situation. It was a bit of an odd choice.
Well, I saw pictures of it and I thought she looked hot.
Hot as in like sexy or hot as in boiling?
Hot as in sexy.
Two things can be true.
Two things can be true. She was barely on it, to be honest. I blinked and she was gone. She didn't do the full episode. She was in it for like, I would say 7 minutes.
Well, it's a good 7 minutes. I like that crossover. It's a nice.
People, there was actually, I wish I remembered this girl's name. She was on Twitter. Not Twitter. She was on TikTok today. She thought it was the wrong crossover for her. She said they used Paige in the wrong way. They put her in some like sexy challenge with the people, and they were like climbing on each other and like some crazy challenge, like, you know. And she said it would have been more fun if she was just with the girls and she gave them their pajamas and she put them on a big couch and then gave them like great like Paige love advice. She goes, that would be more on brand.
That's great thought leadership.
And I wish I remembered the content person who said that because it wasn't my thought, but I thought she was dead on.
Shout out.
Shout out to whoever you are.
Last one.
If I can find it. I'll tag her if I can find it.
So
right, let's move on. Let's move on there.
Let's do hot off the press. First thing on here is we're waiting for the Karen Reed verdict.
I can't. What's taking them so long?
They're going to be hung. Let's take votes of the three of us. Who says hung?
Well,
who says?
I pray I'm wrong.
I pray you're wrong. I'm going to say she gets acquitted.
I pray.
I'm thinking they're taking their time. I mean, did you guys watch the closing?
Yes,
with Alan Jackson.
I watch.
You don't have to watch the prosecution. You just have to watch Alan Jackson's closing argument. It's brilliant.
I disagree, Jill. I think you have to watch the prosecution too because he makes some good points in there. He really does. And if you are listening, if you're
Mary, he's a bumbling idiot. Just watch Alan Jackson. It is flawless. It's based on science. It is so flawless. You can't for reasonable doubt. He gives a chart of reasonable doubt, and there's absolutely no way you cannot have reasonable doubt.
Guys, I'm devastated we don't have the other Julie on to bring the lawyer perspective. Have we touched down with her offline? Do we know what she thinks?
She kind of got in big trouble on TikTok.
We did do a deep dive on Karen Reed before.
I missed it. Okay, I have to go back into the archive and listen.
Yeah, she got dragged, and it wasn't pretty.
Was she on the right side of history?
Well, Mary was on the wrong side of history, so she got dragged as well.
Wrong side. What I said was, and Julie yelled at me, and we had a little tiff on our podcast, our first one ever, actually. I didn't have a fight in our very long history until that, but I didn't say that I am hung. I am hung. I am like the hung people.
How can you be hung, Mary?
I'm hung.
I don't know how you could be. I honestly don't know how you can be hung.
Part of me that thinks she was blackout drunk and she didn't realize it. I don't believe she did it intentionally, but there's a part of me that thinks that she was blackout drunk.
Your husband's a lawyer. All the facts, it doesn't lead up to it at all. Like, not at all.
Can I share my POV?
Yes,
maybe controversial with some people.
Okay. May I protect Julia before she speaks?
No, I think Julia's on the right side of history. Go, Julia.
You cannot attack Julia no matter.
No, I feel very confident. Go, Julia.
Thank you so much for looking out, Mayor. My take is I literally don't care if she did it. I want her acquitted because I'm obsessed with her. Like, the facts are irrelevant to me. Like, I want her hosting a TV show. I want her going on the Traitors. I want her going on Dancing with the Stars. I need her everywhere, and it can't be in prison. So whatever she did,
you're right. She's going to go on Traitors. Wouldn't that be great?
I know. No, I see a whole future for her. Like, she's a star. I'm also like, that guy sucked. And like, whether she did it or not, doesn't matter. The cops are always involved. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, listen, I don't care either way, to be honest. I just think there are facts on both sides that I'm like,
I think it's black and white.
Well,
I really do.
Fairness, you've listened to one closing argument.
I know. I've been watching this. I've been really trying. No, I've been watching this much more than you have.
Did you listen to both closing arguments?
I listened to a little bit of it. It doesn't matter because this is what I'm telling you. The facts, if you have science on your side, and there's no DNA. So if you have the science on your side, they don't have science on their side. The prosecution does not have any science on their side. None. Zero. Not one expert was on their side. So you have to go with the experts, the scientists, the science. You have to.
She's very passionate about it.
I am.
Woman in
Anyway,
STEM.
we don't have a verdict. We're starting off with that. And now, you know what? Now we can turn to like, what's next on our list? Something nice and light, I hope. Oh, I know. Nice and light. And you don't watch Generation NYC yet, right, Julia?
I've started. I'm half an episode in. I'm already addicted. I can't wait to dive in. I love it.
Well, it's only 2 episodes, so you haven't missed any.
I'm ready.
So
I'm ready.
in the real life world for Gen NYC, they're always in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if you know, there's been a little bit of like trouble with this cast. Charlie, Charlie, he's the
bad news.
So there was recently a guy in the West Village, like a billionaire crypto guy who was in the West Village, and he was holding somebody. He was kidnapped somebody and was holding them as a slave prisoner in his luxury townhouse. And Charlie hangs out there, and Charlie was there when this guy got arrested.
What?
Yes.
I mean, Charlie has the darkest energy. You can tell immediately. Like, this is someone who has like done dark and nefarious things. Like, I don't trust him for a second.
So that's very
insane.
dark. He wasn't arrested, but he was there when this guy got arrested. So someone was being tortured at this like $20 million townhouse, and this is a townhouse that Charlie would hang out at, and he was actually there when this guy got arrested. So that's crazy.
Any man in his 20s who's like all in on crypto, like there are skeletons in those closets. Like there's something amiss.
Okay, so then that wasn't even my news today. My news was that it's sort of like Eviction USA. So Ava Dash, who really is loaded, Damon Dash's daughter, just got evicted from her $10,000 loft in Soho for not paying rent.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You'd think it would be for like throwing like crazy parties and like trashing the place. Like you wouldn't think it's because of like missing rent payments.
And I love her. I really love her. I think she's great.
Do you think she was cut off?
I don't know what happened, but we have to
I think it was a clerical error. I feel like people like this just like aren't reading their emails. They like forgot that they didn't set up like a recurring payment.
And then Adriana, who we love, I'm loving Adriana. Yes. I'm not even a fan of like Kim Zoliak on the Housewives of Atlanta. I didn't even watch that. But her mom and her dad just
stealing her money.
Not only that, they just got U.S. Marshals. U.S. Marshals came to their home and kicked them out of their home.
Nothing has ever been more predictable to me than that, though, I will say. Like, they are grifters. Right? They're grifters and scammers.
It's going to be like, you need to rent me an apartment.
Literally.
Let's do. And she's really great. She's like a great girl.
I love her. I love her.
I love her weird little boyfriend.
I love her, who's loaded, by the way. He's a gazillionaire.
By the way, Gia Giudice, who's also on the show, who does not belong on the show. She's a misfit. She's too Jersey for this show,
well,
I think.
I also love that she won't leave New Jersey. I love that she's like, I'm on the cast, but I am not moving to Manhattan.
I live with my mom and Louis.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Charlie, the crypto guy, he was really excited about the show until he heard Gia was going to be on the show and Adriana was going to be on the show because he didn't want any housewives. He didn't want to be associated with housewives. But
Brooks was on the show.
What?
He wasn't mad about Brooks though, because they're friends.
No, but he tells Brooks that, and Brooks is like, "Hello, read the room." Like my mom's a housewife. He's like, it's kind of insulting. And then Candy Burrows, her daughter, was like, "I'm insulted too," because her mom's Candy Burrows. Meanwhile, Candy's like a superstar. Her mom, Candy Burrows is produced Othello. It's made over $1 billion on Broadway.
Yes, and she also wrote Waterfalls, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's
like
wildly successful. She's gonna, she's going to be an EGOT. What?
She's too successful for the show. But by the way, Gia is having some very significant issues of her own.
Yes.
What happened?
She has been asked.
This is a big deal. Go ahead, Mary.
Back because there's some kind of scandal at school, a cheating scandal.
She graduated, but where'd she go? Rutgers, right?
That's a Rutgers, and I think she paid somebody to write her papers or something.
No, it's more than that. It's more than that. Everybody does that. It's more than that. She was affiliated. Everybody does that. She's affiliated with a company.
You ever do that?
Yeah, guys, all the time.
I paid somebody. I had paid somebody to type my papers, not to write them, but to type them because you had to have them typed.
A little different, Jules.
What? It's a little different.
A little different.
It's something with AI, something with an AI company that like fakes your essays or something awful. But anyway, it turns out Louis owns the company allegedly, and it's the whole cheating. It's all about cheating. So so she's connected to this. And then I read that Andy Cohen is not happy about being connected to this. So we might
next era of Operation Varsity Blues.
This is allegedly.
He's been connected to far worse things. I mean, many of his housewives have been in jail, and he sticks with them.
Right.
with them.
Well,
So it's hard for me to believe that he cared that much about this one.
this is all allegedly, but that is kind of like what we heard.
It's out
I
there.
gotta dive into this. I missed that headline.
Oh,
And then your girlie,
Yeah.
Kristin Doute, had a baby.
I did see that. Kaia Lily. That I didn't miss.
really?
I will
That's
say,
cute
of
name.
all the like cuckoo bananas, like housewives names that we've heard over the years, like Kaya's like not that offensive to me.
No,
Like, that's not
no.
bad.
It's not bad at all. And I like
I
it.
mean,
It's cute.
yeah. And like,
Sorry. Oh,
honestly, who would have thought? But not to dive
Bless
into
you.
the valley too soon. Kristin Doute, our voice of reason.
sorry, guys.
No, you're good. An empath.
Yeah, she is an empath. No one's a bigger empath than Kristin Doute.
No, that's my girl. I love her.
How she has changed and dialed up her empathy over the years.
I will say it is a good lesson in like, you stay along enough, like you're gonna be a star again. Like you're gonna be like the fan favorite. Like every villain arc has to end eventually.
Yeah, because she's in that cast, the valley's so dark that she's really not the villain.
It helps being around maybe the worst people in America.
Such a dark show. I'm like,
Well,
it's adorable.
before we get there, let's just talk about Traitors 4 for 1 second.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does have a superior cast. We have Dorinda getting another run at it, which I'm so happy about.
He deserves
Yes,
another
girl.
canvas. That was too
She does.
soon. Too soon for Dorinda.
I know. We have Lisa Rinna.
I love it. I love that.
She'll be good. I'm
Hope-
so excited for Candace to be back. I
Me
can't
too.
wait.
We have Julia Stanberry.
I'm not that
Caroline.
familiar with her. She's from London. She's from Dubai.
Yeah, Caroline
she's
Stanberry.
fine. Okay.
It's Caroline. I might have wrote the wrong
And
name
then
down.
2 other big ones. Rob from Love Island.
I missed that one. The Snake Wrangler, right?
Yes, the Snake Wrangler,
And then
I can't wait.
Mrs. Kelsey.
which I thought was bizarre.
I
Stop
actually
it.
don't like that.
I don't like it either.
I'm over the Kelseys. Like, I mean, I love Jason because I'm from Philadelphia and like stand him till the day I die. But like, I'm over Travis. I'm over Donna. Sorry.
Also,
Yeah.
it's like I feel like it's too much. It's too big of a thing. She's too big with it's too much. Taylor Swift and him. I don't know.
She's Mrs. Kelsey. I mean, they can't call her by her first name. She is Mrs.
No,
Kelsey to everybody.
she is. She's gonna be a ma'am.
She's
She
a
will be a ma'am on that show.
And how are they going to vote her out? Is she just going to win?
The people are going to be so afraid of her.
Unless they
Especially
make her a
'cause of Taylor
traitor.
Swift.
That's true. What
That's
I
true.
know, they can't
I
trust Taylor.
the one person I'm also so excited for, who I think is going to be so good in this format, Johnny Weir, the ice skating.
Oh, yes. And Tara Lipinski. And they're best friends, aren't they?
Yes, and they are so fun. I'm also like, I'm a big Olympics girl.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be really good,
So they're
and they're
best.
going to bring great outfits. Yeah, they're best friends, and
Oh.
they're co-commentators.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be great.
But sometimes when you come in with pairs like that, like the Housewives, they vote them out because you kind
That's
of want to break that up. But I do love it.
That's true.
I hope they stick around a long time. That's like the one thing about Traitors that's a bummer, is it's just like the good ones always go too soon.
Well,
It's-
the actual people who were the initial traitors last year were horrible.
I know.
I know.
I love
Sorry,
the
Rob. We
drag
love
queen.
Rob, but
He
like
just
the people they paired him with were terrible.
The worst.
Danielle
He
was
got
such
really
a disaster.
bad deal.
Yeah, he did. He got a really bad deal. He's probably like,
Although, I don't know if I came on and we talked about this, but I was anti-Rob. Sorry.
oh, were you?
I know. He just like came in just trying to be the alpha in a way that I didn't love, and I didn't like how he screwed over Bob the drag queen, who
Yeah.
granted like didn't make the best calls at one point, but like there was something about Rob that I couldn't vibe with. I also am not a Survivor watcher, so I also think I didn't have that connection to him.
See, I'm a huge Survivor watcher, and he's great
Yeah.
at Survivor.
Yes. And I did go back and like go to the archive, and I was like, he was really hot back in the day. Like I can't lie about that. But
I'm not a Survivor watcher out of all the things.
And you would love Survivor.
I know I watched the Tony Kagayan season and I loved that.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything else on Netflix at the time. And I just feel like my plate is very full because I'm a big Bravo person. At the time, I was having like a weird obsession with The Voice. I literally had the app and was voting every week. Like it was dark. So I just feel like I like couldn't make space in my life at that point. But every single time, like every month or two, I'm like, I gotta get into Survivor. I
think
know I
it's
love it.
now because we're one season before season 50, and season 50 is going to be very fun. So if
Yeah.
you jump in now on season 49, I think you'll have enough, like you'll get back into it, and then you'll go to season 50, which I think is going to be very fun.
And I think did we discuss this already? But right now in Fiji, they are filming Survivor 50 and they're filming Love Island, and they're so close to each other they can hear the filming.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I also like, especially watching Traitors, there are all these characters I'm intrigued by and want to dive in with. Like, I want to watch Parvati's seasons. I love Jeremy on the Traitors.
He's a great
So I'm like, I need to consume this content.
And actually, Jeff Probst said that his favorite season, he thinks the all-time best Survivor player was Parvati.
Although they had a little bit of a falling out. She thinks that's why she wasn't invited.
Oh, well, he literally called her out as the best of all time. I mean, he went into the specifics of what he thought was so great about her game.
I think it's because he doesn't love when people do, it's not fair, but he doesn't love when people do like the Traitors and stuff, you know what I mean? When they go outside the franchise, but that's not really, it's not fair because people have to make money and like do other stuff.
Well, that's true, but Rob,
she's got a kid.
Has, and he was invited back.
I know. We're going to tell you, Jeff.
All right. Well, since we already started the Valley, let's go back to the Valley quickly. And then from there, we'll go to Real Housewives of Miami.
All right. I want Julia's hot takes on Jax. What I mean, do we think he's really in rehab? What do you think of this? This is crazy.
I mean, do I think he's physically in this facility? Yes. Do I think he's like participating in rehab in like an earnest and genuine way? No. Like, I think he's a sociopath. And I mean, it's so clear, like, what he's saying to Shason and Janet is very different than what he's doing to Brittany. And like, he's uncovering these cameras and watching her and lying to his sister about having a cardiac episode and then like bribing the front desk person. Like, he's insane and evil. And like, it is one of those things where I love having villains on my screen, but it's almost too far where I'm like, should this man be on television? Like, should we be?
Because we're looking at his son too, right? And I'm like, this is terrible. Like,
I know. His son who has some developmental problems, like this is too far. This is too far.
He is a horrible person. It's also crazy to me that Michelle is always out here acting like Jesse's worse. And like, Jesse, of course, is also a horrible, heinous human being. But like, Jax has objectively done way more harm in the world than Jesse has. Like, and why is she so obsessed with comparing it? Like, I don't know if you saw Brittany on Watch What Happens Live, but Andy asked her about it. And he's like, how do you feel about that? And Brittany was like, I don't think we need to compare them. Like, why are you so obsessed with saying that Jesse is worse? They can both be bad.
They're different. They're very different.
And
like,
they're different.
I feel like Jesse's just a douche. Where like, I mean, they kind of insinuated that Jax he threw something at her. You know what I mean? They before he went to rehab. I mean, allegedly, it sounds like he threw furniture at her. I mean, it sounded dangerous.
Yeah, they've said it multiple times. And I will say, I think that it was worse than that. And this was just something that Brittany felt comfortable saying on TV and that Jax allowed her to say. Yeah. Like, I genuinely think way worse things have happened in that house and have been for years. And this was just
dark. It's that.
It is.
Yeah. It feels very dark.
And he's so like manipulative. I mean, with the mortgage, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm also like, Brittany, how do you not know what's going on with your finances? And like, I don't want to like blame her because I don't know the details of their life. She is the victim in this situation. And also I'm like, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he said, I'm gonna do this house. I'm gonna do the mortgage, and you're gonna take care of the whatever she's renting, that Airbnb. And by the way, what dad says, you get an Airbnb with our son, and I'll stay in the house. Nobody would do that. With the mom stays in the house, and Guy gets the Airbnb.
Well, and also they have that $1 million podcast, quote unquote $1 million podcast. I don't know if it's really worth $1 million.
I don't think there's that much money in podcasting unless you're Alex from Call Her Daddy. Like,
I feel like Gateway Squad, they'll sell theirs for a lot. We all need, who's your boyfriend there? He just sold his for $30 million. Nick Viall.
No, wait, I have to pause. You like Nick Viall?
Well,
she loves him. You love him.
No, he's horrible.
Julia, can we talk about this for 1 second? Can you hear me out?
I'm hearing you out.
Okay.
My lips are sealed.
I'd like to be heard. Can I have the floor?
Please.
I have known Nick. Now, remember, I'm older than you. I have known Nick for 2 seasons actually, I think it may have been 3 seasons of The Bachelor. Rejection. He wasn't great. He's glowed up since then. He wasn't great on Paradise, Almost Paradise, whatever that thing is called, Bachelor in Paradise. I have watched him grow as a man, and I actually he has taken that horrific fall, like he kept falling, it was disgraceful, and he's built kind of a podcast empire, and now he's actually hosting the moms, the TikTok,
The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm devastated by it. I don't want that man on my TV screen.
I want to hear tell me everything.
I just think, like, first of all, I'm freaked out by the fact that he married this like 20-year-old like phlebotomist or whatever. I don't actually know what her story is, but like there's something like dark and unsettling to me about that relationship. Not that an age gap is inherently bad, but I feel like he was looking for a power dynamic and he got one. Okay. And I feel like I'm not a listener of the Viall Files, but every time I get a promoted clip of it on my Instagram Explore feed, I'm like, I don't like what I'm hearing. I feel like every take he has, I feel the opposite. Like there's just, and yes, he's glowed up and he looks good now, but there's just something about his energy where I think there is darkness in this man.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I will say, I journey with The Bachelor, Bachelorette. Like I was a viewer like a long time ago. Like I watched Brad Womack's second season. So I was watching those older seasons where Nick was on, and he was bad his first 2 seasons, but I liked him on Paradise and I liked him when he was The Bachelor. Like I thought he had a successful redemption arc, but to me, where things got bad from my perspective was the podcast. And that was like, there's something else here that I do not like.
Interesting. Okay.
But again, I'm not like locked in on his content because I don't like it. So I'm not an authority, but what I see, I'm concerned by.
He has gotten the best guests.
He gets everybody.
I know he does.
He does get the best guests, but I have to say, I will dip in because he gets the best guests. I'm like, oh, I want to see this. Like, what's her face from Mom Talks on, and he's not particularly funny.
No.
Agreed.
And so it's a very dry interview, and I'm kind of like, this is interesting. Like he's not charming. It's more like, so thanks for coming to the Viall Files, and I just want to know. And then his wife comes in, like you said, like sort of could be anybody USA, and she has her comments that are never that great. And I'm like, this is fascinating that this sold for $30 million.
Well, I think I did come clean to Julie this past week and said, for as much as I rave about Nick, I've actually never watched or listened to the podcast.
I think that's why you love him. I swear to God, if you are actually, if he's in the ears, you'll change your tune.
Okay, I've never listened to one, so I do.
That's so funny.
They do like send me a lot of his clips, and I enjoy the 3 seconds. But
yeah.
And I do think he's kind of cute now.
No, he definitely is glowed up. Like I won't argue with that. I just feel like,
but I'm not sure he's doing what I want the podcast to be better than it is. I'm always like, oh, I want to hear this one, and then I kind of fast forward because I'm like, I don't really want to hear your chit chat for 20 minutes. It's not interesting to me, and like keep on fast forwarding. And I feel like it definitely has a little bit of a male perspective to it.
That's my thing. I feel like he has really bad opinions and he shuts people down and is very dismissive in a way that I find very like, it's just an immediate no for me. I also will say, usually the people who get the best guests are the worst interviewers because like their PR people know that they're not going to push them on anything. So I feel like, again, I respect the fact that she has built this huge business, but I think Alex from Call Her Daddy, I can't remember her last name, she gets really good guests. Alex Cooper. She like gets them because the PR people know she's not going to push for anything. Like she's not a good interviewer.
Really?
I don't think so.
I've never watched that either or listen.
I feel like she was good with Rachel Kirkconnell because that was someone she could really relate to. But I don't think she does well when she has anyone of like who has a different background or experience than she does. I think she does well with like a young girl where she's giving them advice, but I don't think she does well when she's like interviewing these like big prestigious people who have a lot of life experience that's different from hers.
I guess you didn't dip into the Jane Goodall interview. She just
I did. I listened to a podcast covering her coverage of Jane Goodall. And like I find her, I think it's funny when she has people like that on because it's just like such a funny like juxtaposition. But no, I did not listen to that hour and 45 minutes or however long it was. I said, I'm all set. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. All right. Well, we did take a little segue from the Valley.
Yeah, sorry.
Is there anything else we want to say about it?
Well, let's talk about Danny's drinking because you made a comment there that you think he should go to rehab, where I think he's getting a bad edit.
Really?
I'm not sure he's an alcoholic.
I don't know that he's an alcoholic. I think he abuses alcohol.
I mean, does he go out and party? Is he the drunk nobody invited to dinner? Maybe. You know what I mean? There's always one of those. Like, the one who drinks a little too much and then they're like obnoxious. But that could be a million people. You know what I mean?
I think
I also,
yeah, go ahead.
to me, I agree. Like, the way he drinks is not a like healthy from my perspective, from what we've seen. However, why are we acting like every single other person on this show does not also have a bad relationship to alcohol? Like, no one said anything about Jax for like 15 years. Everyone was cool with that. Like, why is it Danny that's the problem? And I am a Janet hater. Like, I do think she is such a pot stirrer, and I think Nia is a perfect princess, and no one should hurt her. And so I'm just like inherently going to be on Nia's side, and since Nia's on Danny's side, I'm on his side.
Well, I mean, who's the Jasmine? Is it Jasmine?
Yeah, I like her.
Well, I thought I liked her, but now I realize she's a bit of a reality star. She was on The Bachelor. She was on Bachelor Nation, Paradise. Now this show
season.
What?
She was on Nick's season.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, no, she comes on to Nick's very strong. She's all over him. She's like, "What would you do if I strangled you or something like that?" He's like, "I don't think I'd like that." She's like, "Come on, wouldn't you love it?" She's like, "I don't think so."
So sometimes I think, like, when she comes after like Danny, not that I love him, because I think it sounds like he's doing a Christian Slater, his best Christian Slater imitation, but I feel like she's coming on to him for camera time. Like, it feels like very dramatic, and I'm kind of like, is this real?
Yeah.
Because that time when he went into the kitchen, they were staying at that Airbnb, and he went to get some tequila, and he did like some shots. He came late to the party. He drove like an hour and a half by himself in the car. He was exhausted. Yeah. If you're like late to the party, maybe you'll do a shot by yourself, and then like, all right, now I'm going to join everybody. And I think
that was Janet. That was Janet who did that, not Jasmine. And that's why I think Janet is the pot stirrer.
Oh, but Jasmine,
and she's the one who won't let that go.
Right.
Yeah. But I do think at least like Jasmine and her girlfriend both clearly had that like really bad experience with him where they were totally like victims of him. Yeah. And so I feel like a lot of Jasmine's stuff with Danny is just like the lingering feelings around that experience, however many weeks or months ago. Janet is the one who just like cannot let stuff go, like is so caught up in pushing this narrative forward. And like, listen, do I hate Danny's like crazy long V-neck t-shirts? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that he should be like excommunicated from the show.
And who's Janet's husband? The one who takes off his ring?
Jason, who's such a sweetie. I love him. I mean, he's also just so
Does he take off his wedding ring? Maybe.
I
don't know. See, that's what happens with these shows. If you put it out there, maybe he doesn't. But now it's out there.
I know.
So now you think
now we're all wondering.
I mean, if I was married to Janet, I would.
She has just a darkness to her energy. Like, I'm scared of her.
She seems miserable, like a miserable person.
Yes, she does. She
does. I agree.
She's the super fan, right? She was the super fan of the show.
Yeah. I do want to get like Lala and Sheena in a confessional so that we can see their take on all of this, because it seems like they're friends with Janet and with Kristin and with everyone. And obviously you're able to do that when you're not a full cast member on a show where you have to pick sides more. But I just want to get their POV on everything, because they're like, they know everyone.
Great interview.
Right?
Here's my thing about the Vanderpump people. I don't want them. Jax he's part of the Valley, even though he's toxic, and so is Kristin, and I love them on the Valley. I don't want to see Sheena at the Valley. I don't want to see Lala on the Valley. I just don't need it. Or Schwartz.
I don't want Schwartz there. I'm good, but I do kind of want Sheena and Lala there. I'm just
okay.
I want to see Summer Moon on screen. That girl is so adorable. Like, I feel like at the very least, that's who we need.
Well, I heard Jax's new apartment is next door to Schwartz and Sandoval.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is Sandoval back there too?
What's that?
No, I think it's no, he's not back there too. It's just Schwartz. He's just by Schwartz.
Oh, I thought Sandoval too.
I didn't hear that. I just heard Schwartz.
I just heard Schwartz too, but if it was all three of them, that would be insane.
I will say this. I think part of the reason this is so dark, besides Jax, who is just dark and brings a heaviness and darkness to it, is that these were party people in their 20s and 30s, and now they're in their late 30s, early 40s, and they're adults. and they're not acting like adults. Like they're not adulting well, you know?
Right.
And so that's what brings some of the heaviness. You have children, you have like real life things, and it's not fun anymore. It's not fun and funny. It's like you have kids and it just lacks like responsibility.
I think that's where it gets dark. It's like seeing Isabella, Jesse, and Michelle's daughter. Like that stuff is dark. Like the way, and again, I don't think we need to be comparing Jesse and Jax, but like Jesse is a horrible human being as well. And like the things he says about Michelle in front of his daughter, that his daughter will see one day, like it's just, yeah, it does. I think that lends itself to the heaviness.
Although I did see Michelle, that's Jess's ex-wife, Michelle. I saw her on an interview with Andy Cohen, and she did say, even though she hates him, she did say, I have to say, we don't get along. I can't stand him. He's a great dad.
That's awesome.
Is he though?
That's what she said.
Like obsessed with spoiling.
Well, if she's a good mom, she would.
Yeah.
No, I think she meant. I think she really doesn't like him. So if he was a bad dad, I think she would say he was a bad dad. Like, there's no way Jax is a good dad. You can't.
Agreed. But I will say, I do think my girl Michelle has a different value system than maybe I do, and I see the way that Jesse is spoiling that daughter, and I'm like, that is dark. Where he's like, anything she wants, I give her. I'm like, I don't know if that's the best parenting, and I'm not a parent, but there's something that doesn't seem like perfect there.
You know what I think that is? I think that's because they're divorced and he wants her to love him more. I feel like that's like a power play. Like, oh, mom didn't not give you cookies tonight. I'll give you cookies tonight. Like, I'm the fun home. Right?
So, for that poor child. That's what's dark about this. Is that's a life thing, and that poor daughter she's like the victim of that circumstance.
And
anyway, I feel like I think we're getting dark because it is a dark topic.
No.
Let's go light. Let's go to Miami.
Move on to Miami.
Let's go to Miami.
Couldn't be happier to be in the 305.
I was smiling ear to ear. Welcome back, Larsa.
What are your thoughts on Larsa?
What's that?
Thoughts on Larsa? Because I have a very strong.
Okay, tell us first.
I want to hear you guys.
Well, okay, so I can't stand Larsa. I never.
Okay, good.
No, I can't stand Larsa. But she's great TV. Yeah. You know, you can't stand. I can't stand Jax. He's great TV. I can't stand Larsa. She's great TV. But then Lisa Hochstein. I mean, like, these are very shallow people, right? So when Lisa Hochstein and Larsa have a fight, I'm like, boy, you're so unlikable. You're so unlikable. Who's worse? And it's such a tie. Like, I'm finding it's their fight. She's screaming at her boyfriend's party. By the way, we have to talk about, you know what? What's the air conditioning?
The AC.
The air conditioning. The pasta.
What's going on back there?
What's going on in the bedrooms? That's allegedly.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I don't know.
I mean, I think those men are doing drugs back there.
Yeah, of course.
It's Miami.
It's Miami. And also they had to do the statement immediately. You know, I wouldn't have said anything.
I know, I agree. It sounds like all of these people's problem is they are addicted to saying something and responding to things. Like they can't just let anything die.
And also it's on camera. He's like, let's go in the bedroom and do AC. It's like, it's so ridiculous.
It's insane. But no, I completely agree with the Lisa and Larsa of it all, because it's like, I hate Larsa. I'm dying for someone to take her down, and for the person to try and do it to be Lisa Hochstein, like dummy, unlikable, also not on the right side of history on this issue. Like, it's not like I think Larsa is like in the right, but I'm like, it's not like I can rally behind Lisa.
Do we really think that Jody and Marcus are best friends?
No.
Give me a break.
They probably met once.
But I will say it does feel like peak misogyny for Larsa to be like, I love Jody. I'm going to just be here for Jody. I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at Lisa for not telling Jody not to hang out with Marcus. It's like, Jody is the one that did the thing that you're upset with. Why is it Lisa who's the only one who's getting the blame there?
Agree.
Let's face it, Jody loves a housewife. Like, he was very thrilled to be dating any housewife. He would have taken any housewife.
Absolutely.
So the Marcus and now the Lisa Hawks, he's in all his glory.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
In their cute apartment.
Yeah.
Can I talk about my question and my one grievance with Miami? How is Kiki not a full-time housewife?
She's great. Oh, I don't know.
She is so good. No, I looked because I thought
so was Marisol.
I know, but I think Marisol and Adriana intentionally did not want it because they wanted to like share what they wanted about their lives, and like they get to have a little more choice in terms of what's shown as friends of, even though obviously they're just as on camera as everyone else. But I think Kiki wants to be a full-time housewife, and she doesn't have I don't know what they hold there. I think it's like a pina colada or something crazy, but it's just crazy to me that she's not a full-time housewife, because she is giving like prime time, like peak Heather Gay this season so far, where she's like the voice of the viewer. She's providing such funny, good commentary. I feel like she's really our window in right now. I'm like, how is she not full time?
And she has friends who just lend them their yacht.
Ex-boyfriends.
This is ex-boyfriends. Like, here's my yacht for the day. Ex-boyfriend.
Exactly.
No, I'm loving Kiki. She's so good.
She's great.
And not loving Julia. Never loved Julia.
I know.
She's going after Gertie.
You can't go after Gertie.
No. Did you see the screenshots?
Yes.
Gertie posted
screenshots.
Yes. Yes.
Gertie had the receipts.
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry. It's Allie's phone on her computer. And I don't. Oh, wait. Sorry, you guys.
No problem, Queen.
Podcast, Julia.
Happy to be here. I'm just going to say about Julia. Oh, Julia. I just feel like she's so happy to be invited to the Cool Kids group with Alexia and Marisol that she just is like, I'm done with Adriana. I'm done with Gertie.
Oh, she's like, bye, loser.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, it's so stupid. Like, she fell off the Zoom call. I mean, are you kidding me?
Also, she fell off your Zoom call, and then she called her back immediately, and she's like, she's like, you'll see it in the press. I'm like, you couldn't tell her?
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, she's bald from cancer.
I know. I'm like, give me a break.
Like, really, my friend. Like,
and also, Martina's recovering from cancer. They don't even, you've no empathy?
I know. I found that so appalling.
And I really love Gertie, and I love her husband. I love their relationship. I really do. I love them.
And their sweet little sons who are just like such nerdy kings. I love them. I will say I'm missing Dr. Nicole.
Yeah,
I'm missing Dr. Nicole too, but I think she does come on as like a little guest appearance that she does.
I saw that.
Well, you know who they brought on? You know who they're bringing on? Who hasn't shown up yet?
Her husband's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, who's loaded.
Yeah, I'm excited for her.
Me too.
I'm ready for someone to stir the pot.
Me too. It's a little new blood. But I have to tell you, and how about we talk about Alexia?
Yeah.
At the beginning of the episode, we see she gets dumped by Todd. By the end of the episode, they're back together?
Yeah. Well, we knew that from the news.
But that's crazy.
She loves
him.
She loves that man.
Does she love him?
I
don't know if she loves him, or does she has to be in a relationship and she wants that one to work so desperately.
I don't know. She seems to really love him.
I think both things are true. But I'm like, how do you come back from what she said about him on camera if they're theoretically back together? I mean, she's saying he was mean to her sons, and like,
and we kind of saw that way.
We did. I don't know. I mean, I love her. She is so delusional, and it's so funny seeing her call Teresa too, because again, they're two women who aren't. There are no two women who are more alike. They are the same person with different hair colors.
You know the story with her and Louis. You know the story with Louis.
No.
Wait, I don't think I do.
Okay, this is very interesting. Before Louis was with Teresa, Alexia was on vacation with Todd at some random island, and Louis bumped into Alexia. Bumped into her by chance, introduced himself, and hit on her to go out with her. And she said, "Oh, I'm flattered, but I'm actually with my boyfriend. And I'm here with somebody." And then, lo and behold, a month later, he bumped into Teresa.
These men are all the same.
Sure.
Oh, God. But no, they both, I also am like, they have to have the same plastic surgeon.
Yes.
Like, their faces look more and more like every season.
Speaking of plastic surgery, have you seen Ricki Lake?
No.
She looks amazing.
Amazing.
I don't think Julie would care.
Google right now.
Age group, but she looks.
Listen.
I see her Googling right now.
I am.
She looks amazing.
She looks stunning.
Stunning. Now that is some good plastic surgery. You don't see that.
Seriously.
She was very honest about it. She had the full whatever Kris Jenner had.
Well,
the deep plane facelift.
Yeah, she had just deep plane facelift.
I thought
I was reading a cut article the other day.
The under.
She had a deep. I think she had the deep plane one.
I think you can get multiple things at once.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go read about it. I thought
I'll send you an article.
Because I would like this too. Okay.
Well, I think she.
But no,
I don't know where she lives. Where does Ricki Lake live? I don't know if it's LA or I think it's LA maybe.
Oh, okay.
I will say the plastic surgery in Miami, it's just like so fascinating. Just like touchdown with these women's faces.
Oh, these faces. It's on and the bottom, the butts.
I know.
Everybody has the butt implants.
Wait,
everybody.
guys, can we talk about Adriana's new man?
Oh yeah. So what do we think of that?
I mean, I'm just obsessed with Adriana. There is no more delusional woman and like obviously we have a high bar for that.
She lives a happy life.
She lives a happy life and she's just so obsessed with him. She's like that 6'4" tall drink of water. I'm like, oh my God, Adriana. Making out on the couch while while Martina and Gertie are having their weird awkward fight. And like you just like peek behind them and they're like lying on the couch making out. In the middle of a birthday party.
Adriana is also the ultimate truth teller. Every gossip she has is right.
Yeah, I know.
He called Todd last year.
It's true.
And she has Kristin Doute energy where it's like she is unhinged, clearly, and is such an unlikable character for so long, but you just wait around long enough and she's gonna become the hero.
She really does.
Totally. It's so true. Okay, listen, I'm looking at the clock. We're at 45 minutes. So
time flies when you're having fun.
I know. This has been fun. Should I do a hot take or are we too far in?
Do you have a quick one?
I have a quick hot take.
Yeah, do a quick hot take and for our closing.
Okay. All right, ladies. Well, in humiliating news, I had to get my passport renewed. And so I went into the passport office and this adorable man came up to me. It must have been 35, 40. I mean, adorable. And he's helping me. And I'm like, oh, like trying to ask for questions, whatever. I'm like, oh my God, where does my name go? He's not giving me the time of day. And so then he's like, okay, come on to the back room. We're going to do a photo. And I'm like, oh, a photo. I'm like, oh my God, I look so much younger in my other photo, like totally fishing. I'm like, totally fishing for this guy to be like, no, you look great. He's like, ma'am, the back room. And I was like, oh. So then we go into the back room and I'm like, should I smile? Should I not smile? He's like, you can do whatever you want. Just don't show your teeth. I'm like,
you said that to all the girls.
He's like, so then I try to do a smile. I was like, ma'am, you showed your teeth. I'm like, oh. So I kind of grin, smile again. And he's like, he could not get me out of there fast enough. And I was fishing for compliments. You couldn't, I was begging. I was on my hands and knees. I'm like, just say I look great. That's all I want. Just one. I'm begging you.
I don't need come out.
Exactly. What?
How the picture come out?
Not great.
You're not smiling.
I look better 10 years ago.
I will say, have you gotten the actual passport back yet?
No.
So I will say I had a whole thing. I lost my passport. We don't need to talk about it. I had to get a new one. And the photo I got taken at the pharmacy or whatever, I looked disgusting. And then the passport came back and it was looking kind of airbrushed and black and white. I looked a lot better in the final passport than I did in the initial photo. So I'm just saying, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Yeah.
All right. Well, Julia, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you, Julia.
A dream and a delight.
Expert on this stuff. You really are.
I always say my brain is filled with garbage. Finally, I'm putting it to good use.
So much fun. Thank you, Julia.
So much fun. Thank God Miami's back.
Yeah.
So honored to be back myself. And I love you both. What a dream.
See you next time.
Bye. Log us on Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Bye, Hotties.
Bye.
Bye.